Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know this is the first time I've done a flight in a while. I had to take a little bit of a break, but I'm back in the cockpit, and I just want to let you know that we're going to be flying from Los Angeles to Phoenix tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the channel. Thank you again for getting me over 100 subscribers. You guys are fantastic. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and start pushing buttons and get this plane ready to fly. So let's do it. I'm going to go to the overhead panel really quick here. We're going to turn on our battery switches. And I love that sound. And we're going to go ahead and turn on external power. Turn up our overhead lighting here, and emergency exit lights switch arm. Turn on our seatbelt lights. How are you guys doing today? Having logo lights on. No smoking signs auto. And as usual, we're going to be flying on the VATSIM network, and we're flying on American Airlines today. You know, how you feel about that is up to you, but we're flying American today. We're going to turn on crew supply. The Adir's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Turn on our fuel pumps. Okay. Alright, so let's maybe turn up these lights a little bit. I hope the 4K streaming is working out okay. I've decided to go to all 4K for all my streaming, so just let me know if that's working or not working. Alright, the APU fire test is complete. Let's go ahead and raise this armrest, because who needs an armrest when you're flying a sim? Okay, turn up those floodlights. Let's go ahead and take a look at the panel here. Alright, so we're going to go to mass and balance, send to MCDU. We're going to load the aircraft. As you know, I'm going to be on Phoenix. I'm going to be flying the Phoenix A320 with the GSX mod, so you kind of get some added detail like passengers and such.
Is on its way.
I'm going to go to ATSU, AOC menu,
Please
fly
don't load
init,
aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and
init
ask
data
to leave.
request. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go to init, and then we're going to put in some valuable information here. So we're going to be flying from Los Angeles, KLAX, to Phoenix, KPHX. Okay. Flight number, today we're American, AAL 4811. And our cost index today, if I read my chart correctly, is 15. That's pretty common. And our cruise flight level is 35,000. We won't be there for very long because we're going from Phoenix to LA, but we're flying 35,000. Okay, and then I believe our departure will be on 24 left today at Los Angeles. And we're going to be doing the dots.
Fuel truck is in position.
I believe it's dots 2. Let me double check that, but
Please
I
don't
believe
load
it's,
aircraft
yeah, dots
until the
2
fuel truck
departure,
arrives and ask to leave.
and our transition will be Canary. I think that's how they'll say it, Canary. So right now, go ahead and open up the cabin door. Stewardesses are getting that ready. Let's go outside for a second. Just kind of hang out here. Okay. Crew's getting ready.
Passengers boarding starting.
So let me know how you're doing out there. If you're into flight sim, I'm curious what your adventures have been like recently, and if you're not into flight sim, I'd love to know why you're interested in the channel. Or if you're a real pilot, I'd love to hear about your real life experiences in the cockpit. And Los Angeles is looking pretty good today. Let's see if I can get a view of the tower. Ah, yeah, there it is. Kind of added
Please
some
use
cool
your
detail there.
airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this fuel stuff really quick with the MCDU.
Hello.
Okay, so that fuel is going to tick up, and then in the meantime, I am going to let's see here. I'm gonna figure out what frequencies we've got at the moment. So for LAX on VATSIM right now, we don't have tower, but we do have radar. So no, it is what it is. Okay.
LA traffic 49 Alpha is a right downwind runway 19
261525. Okay. I'm going to take a look at the ACARs to see what they do and don't want me to tell them on my way out. Okay. Alright, so I took a look at that info because that's important. Because, you know, when you're in a situation like this, you're... Okay, Los Angeles radar just went offline. Great. Fantastic. Okay, well, hopefully it comes back. Alright. So at the moment we don't have anyone to call, but that could easily change on a Sunday night. So let me just take a look at a couple things here. First of all,
Hello.
we go back here. Now we do... Let's see.
LA traffic Delta 692 departing 24 left, Los Angeles.
Hey, there's Ben Roethlisberger. Alright. Alright, we got people boarding. And take a look at our waypoints really quick. That's pretty simple.
Boarding pass, please. Welcome on board.
Really, LA? Come on. Gotta get some coverage here. I know it'll happen. Just gotta be patient. It'll happen. In the meantime, everyone's boarding the flight. We're getting fueled up. Alright, I'm gonna go down to the MCDU. Looks like our fuel is complete. That's what I thought.
Hello.
Okay, so now that that's done,
Hello. Welcome on board.
okay, so we're gonna go to init. We're gonna go here.
May I see your
Gonna
boarding pass?
send some information to the MCDU, and
May I see your boarding pass?
let's take a look at the wind info here,
Good
because I'm
afternoon.
sure we've got some. Average wind positive 34. Okay, so we got a tailwind. Love to hear that.
Hello.
Positive 34. We're going to enter that into the calculation for time, flight time.
Welcome on board.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to our flight plan and enter in some information. We don't really have any extra waypoints along the way. We really just have our departure and arrival. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our Phoenix information. So our arrival in Phoenix will probably be runway 25 left. I'm going to put that in. And we're probably going to be on Hyder 1. And transition Bravo Lima Hotel. Okay.
Hello.
I'm going to clear this flight plan discontinuity. Alright, we got a manual there, but that's fine.
This way.
I'm going to check that flight plan one more time just to make sure that I've got the right
Hello.
Stationary, and then, yep, that is right. Okay.
Welcome on board.
Well, that's taken care of.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So, as you can see on our display, we've got that departure and the corresponding information put in there. So, I'm going to go to Performance, and we're going to go to Flaps 1, and then we're going to do our V-speed calculator in here. So if I calculate this, it should be 1. Okay, let's just put that in.
This way. Good afternoon.
Okay, so we got our speeds put in. Okay,
Hello.
and also let's go ahead and put in our altimeter information. So today in Los Angeles, the altimeter is 299.0. We're going to switch over to hectopascals since we're in the US and not in Europe. Okay, 299.0. And let me take a look at the VATSIM chart one more time to see if SoCal decided to come online. Come on, SoCal. I know you want to. Oh boy. Alright, so this is going to be a case of a bunch of people trying to coordinate with each other, which is always fun. Okay. Okay, so cargo, or the luggage is still being boarded onto the plane, but as soon as that's completed, then we can go ahead and start getting ready to push back. So let's check that out. Okay. Alright. Well, that's the luggage. I believe these doors are going to close in just a second. They did. Alright, aircraft is loaded. I will check one more time to see if SoCal has appeared again. It could be they're experiencing technical difficulties and that's why they're not on. Man, that sucks. I'll just, hopefully they'll come back online. But anyway, let's just go ahead and start the APU. Okay, APU is started. I'm gonna wait for that to tick up. Okay, so APU should be avail here. And we're gonna hit APU bleed. We're gonna disconnect external power, turn on beacon lights, strobe lights auto, and we're gonna get ready for pushback, which is exciting. Okay, I'm gonna click the GSX app, prepare for pushback and departure.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alright, I'm gonna get the tug out. Tug's gonna be on its way in just a second. There it is. It's melted into the building, which is wonderful. And he's gonna push us back in just a sec. It's gonna be great. And then we're gonna be on our way to Phoenix on American Airlines. Very excited.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Now, if we could just get Tower in LA, that would be great. Alright, I'm gonna just tell the other pilots here where I am and what I'm planning on doing, so that way they know.
Locking gear.
And so that way I can stay out of anybody's lane in case I'm in front of them. Okay. Los Angeles traffic, American 4811 is about to push back from stand 56 Alpha. Just let me know if I'm in anybody's way. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since there is no tower at LA, which is very uncommon for a Sunday, since there's no tower at LA, I need to take a look behind me, make sure I'm not going to push back right into somebody's fuselage. Doesn't look that way, so I'm going to do tail right, and that'll get me where I need to go. But as you know, if you have Phoenix, you need to dismiss chocks and cones, dismiss the GPU there.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, we're going to start engine 2 first. And let's get this pushback going. See if we can hear the announcements in the cabin. That's kind of a new thing they've been doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following. Safety card found in
Alright, so engine 2 is available. We're going to start engine 1.
life jacket and brake position, which you must adopt.
Engine 1 is starting up.
Please set parking brakes.
Please set parking brakes, they say. Okay.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
I'm going to tell GSX that our engine is
Cockpit
started.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
And once again, I will check and see if Los Angeles got their tower back. It's very, very rare for LA to not have someone running it this time on a Sunday, so I think there must be some sort of technical difficulty, because that's very, very odd. But you know what? We're going to make the best of it, and if we need to use Unicom to coordinate with the other pilots on the ground, that's exactly what we're going to do. And most likely LA Tower is going to pop up at the last moment, probably right before we take off. Tower is going to come online and be like, hey, what are you doing? And then we'll say, oh, well, it's good, nice to have you. Okay, engine 1 is available. Engine 1 is...
Tow truck disconnected.
Now we're going to
Bypass
put
pin
the
removed.
ignition switch back to the middle. And
Left is clear. Right is clear.
we're going to turn off APU bleed because we don't need it. We're going to turn off the APU because we don't need it. We're going to arm speed brakes. And we're going to set flaps to 2. And we're going to turn on our runway turn-off lights. And we're going to turn on taxi lights. And okay, so we do not, like I said, we don't have anyone available at the moment, even though I think that's going to change very quickly. So I'm just going to take a look at our chart. 2-4 left is a bit of a taxi, but I think we can do it. So let's go ahead and just start making our way over there. I don't know how reverse thrust got put on there, that was weird. If you use the Logitech joystick like I do, you know that the throttle can be very sensitive, so that's one thing I'm still kind of getting used to, is the fact that even just one gentle nudge on the throttle can make the plane kind of jump just a little bit. And throttle control on landing, I could just do a whole video about how difficult that can be sometimes, but it's a much better idea to go ahead and just have a Logitech throttle instead of spending a fortune for a whole bunch of buttons that don't necessarily help you that much. And you can get the Logitech one for like 25 bucks, and I promise I'm not sponsored, I'm just telling you what I've discovered. Alright, so we're taxiing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this ramp because I feel like technically I'm still in the ramp here. If we had tower right now, this whole process would be a lot more easy to understand for me. Let me take a look to my left to make sure nobody is coming through. Okay. Doesn't look that way. We got a giant heavy off to our left here. Man, I wish I could see his livery. If anyone knows how to see liveries on VATSIM, please let me know, because I would love to. That big honking jet there, it would be really cool to see what the paint job is on that sucker. It'd be really, really cool. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna taxi to our runway here. And once again, I am going to check and see if any coverage has miraculously popped up over LA. Yeah, I've been on VATSIM on Sunday afternoons with LA quite a bit, and I'm shocked that they don't have coverage at the moment. It's actually really surprising. Okay. So we're going to take Lima. Or actually, no, I take that back. We're going to take Kilo. And take Kilo. Man, the airport here, what they've done with the graphics for LAX is awesome. In fact, if you take a look, I'm going to try to be able to steer at the same time, but if you take a look at over here, you can actually see American Airlines, the logos on some of the hangars, which is, or some of the terminals, which is just fantastic. They did a great job with LA. I feel like the two airports, okay, actually three. The three airports that I feel like they nailed it the most on were LAX, Heathrow, and I would throw Atlanta in there. They did a pretty good job with Atlanta. They also did a really good job with Zurich in Switzerland. I actually thought they nailed it with the scenery on that one. Okay, so we're just taxiing to our runway. Because it's LA, it's quite a taxi, but we're more than halfway done with the taxi process. I'm gonna look both ways before I cross the street here. Because LA is so detailed on Flight Sim 2024, there's a tiny bit of lag that you can get even with the best system. Like, I'm on an i9 with a 4080 Super, And yet the scenery here is testing even my computer a little bit just because this airport is so detailed. But you know, such as it is. Okay. So 24 left is this way. That's where we're going. Okay. Alright. So I believe we're coming up on sort of the final. Okay, so we're gonna hold short of this runway really quick. And we're gonna let everybody know that we're about to take off. Strobe lights on, landing lights on, takeoff lights on. Let's go ahead and put flaps to 1. And man, how did I... Let me make sure that I put this transponder code in. How did I miss that? Okay. And we're going to put these switches on to the right. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to talk to everybody and let them know. Los Angeles traffic, American 4811 is holding short of runway 24 left at Romeo. Just let me know if anyone's on short final and I will wait for you. American 4811. Okay. It does not sound like anyone is on short final, but I will double check the radar to make sure, because sometimes someone is landing and they don't communicate it. I'm looking at you, whoever was that guy at Midway. Or actually, I guess that guy was actually crossing a runway and not communicating it. So it does appear that we do have a plane on short final that just didn't hear me, so I'm going to let him land. In fact, why don't we watch him land? Even better. He should be landing in just a second. Let me see if anyone's behind me. Doesn't look that way. I can't tell if he's lining up for 24 left or 24 right. So just to give him space. I don't know, maybe he is lining up for 24 right. This is why we need a tower at LA. Come on, VATSIM. Let's get some coverage in LA today. It's just one of the most important airports in the entire world, that's all. Okay, so Delta 349 is the one we're waiting for, because I think that he is coming in right now, so I want to make sure he's got space. In fact, I think... There he is. Let's see how he lands. Oh, he's coming in on 24 right, okay. This is what I love about drone mode. Let's see how he does. Okay, not bad, not bad. He's got his landing gear down, that's what's important. Alright, here we go. Beautiful. I'd give that a 9 out of 10. That was a great landing. Okay, sorry. Got distracted. Better get back to my plane. These are the things that happens. These are the things that happen when there's no coverage at LA. You just end up watching people land. It's great. Okay. So, alright. I'm just gonna tell them that I'm lining up to take off. Los Angeles traffic, American 4811 is lining up to take off on runway 24 left. Okay. So we're going to get lined up on the center line. Okay. Let me make sure everything is ready here. Yep, flaps are at 1. And I'm going to rev the engines up just a little bit. Toga. Somebody crossing the runway, because that's a little bit dangerous. It's fine, we're taking off anyway. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Okay. Lever climb is flashing. Crossed S speed, flap 0. Go ahead and turn off these lights. And beautiful day over LA. We're over the ocean at the moment, but we'll be crossing back over the city in just a second. I'm going to take a look at the departure chart to see how long we need to stay low. Alright, we need to stay under 5,000 for a bit. Cross any. Okay, so we just crossed any. Because we don't have radar coverage at the moment, at least according to the charts I'm looking at, we can go ahead and start making our way up to cruise because of the lack of coverage. And that is 35,000. Okay. Well, in the meantime, let's go outside and check out what's going on out there. You can see the airport in the distance there, which is kind of neat. Okay. Southern California, man. Alright, we're on our way to Phoenix. It's exciting. we're gonna hit 10,000 feet in just a second. So, because of that, I'm gonna change a couple things. Okay, actually we're over 10,000 feet, so I'm gonna go ahead and retract these landing lights. Some dude is playing a Switch. Okay. Yes, we have VATSIM coverage. It's a miracle. SoCal departure on 124.3. Okay. I'm going to check in with SoCal departure, and hopefully it goes well. SoCal departure, hello, this is American 4811. I am inbound dots at flight level 212, climbing flight level 350.
American 4811. LA Center's offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Thank you so much, American 4811. Oh boy. And now there's tower at LA. Gotta be kidding me. That's funny. Very funny. Okay, so we're on schedule to arrive in Phoenix in about 40 minutes. And we're getting closer to our cruise altitude. I think we're somewhere in the neighborhood of, we're at about 25,000 feet above sea level at the moment. See the coast of California down there, very pretty. Alright, we're back in the cockpit. And SoCal is looking great today. When you're on your way to Phoenix, those mountains turn to desert real fast. But it sure is pretty. You can kind of see just how big LA is from the air here. It's really incredible. I guess at this point we're passing over the area between LA and San Diego, but just absolutely gorgeous. Alright, we just crossed 30,000 feet, and we are in Southern California, going to be crossing into Arizona in the next 20 minutes. just in case you're wondering what that major body of water in front of us is, that's the Salton Sea. It's kind of this fascinating area where the mountains and the desert meet. It's kind of a major dividing zone between those two climates, if you will. Alright, we've reached our cruise altitude. Delta 1011 Aviation, what is up, sir? How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining the channel. I know it's been a while. Man, I'm glad you're doing well, man. How's flight sim been to you lately? Have you been enjoying playing lately? flying lots in the A320. Hey, that's what I like to hear. You know that's my favorite plane. I love the A320. Are you flying the in-build one that's kind of the default, or are you flying like fly-by-wire or Phoenix A320? Oh, Latin VFR. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I mean I've never heard of Latin VFR before, but I'm gonna check that out. I really want to try the A330 on Microsoft on Flight Sim 2024, because I know that was sort of the big thing for Inabuild, is that they were making a 330. So I really want to try that. It's a little bit bigger of a plane though, so I know that landing is going to be even more challenging if I try the 330. So I'm going to have to study up if I do a video on the 330, even though I know I'm going to do it. It's on the marketplace. Yes, I will check that out. In fact, I feel like I'm so behind, I haven't really checked the marketplace yet to see all the cool stuff that's on there. When I first downloaded the game, there was no marketplace, and I was so sad because I'm like, no, I want to buy some stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try that. Hey, we just got contacted by radar. It's Christmas, guys. It's Christmas. Christmas in July. Los Angeles is alive. 126.525. Who knows? We're either going to get radar or rock and roll. We don't know. 126.525. All right.
Hang on frequency. Another 2070 on frequency.
LA Alaska 603, level 380.
Class 603, LA Center, welcome. Maintain level 380.
Maintain 380, 603.
LA Center, hello. This is American 4811. I am inbound Bravo Lima Hotel at flight level, or sorry, I am inbound Blythe at flight level 350.
American 4811, LA Center, radar contact. Cross goal, added maintain flight level 250.
Cross Skull, add and maintain flight level 250, American 4811. Okay, so he's giving me the clearance to descend, which is good because we need to do that.
Level 3027, LA Center, welcome. Who is calling?
And Delta 2444, flight level 3, climbing up flight level 340 out of 28.
Delta 2444, LA Center, welcome. Say Mach.
Currently doing Mach 79.
Delta 2444 for sequence, do not exceed Mach 0.78.
Okay, we will pull it back to 78, 2444.
LA Center, Frontier Flight 1723 to 380.
Frontier Flight 1723, LA Center, welcome.
Center EPS 673, 40 to southeast of Winnet.
GPS 66, LA Center, Salt Lake City's offline for Cape Creek today. I appreciate it, have a good one.
It's Trevor, United 170, we are now with you. We are descending through 262 on the Angel 4, we have Alpha.
United 2070, SoCal, or I'm sorry, Los Angeles Center, set the Angel 4 arrival, Ontario altimeter 2987.
Angel 4, not the 2987, United 2070.
And LA Center, flight level
Was that Jetway 101 calling?
8.
Jetway 101 LA Center, welcome.
LA Center, good day. Delta 17. Checking with your flight level 360.
Delta 17 LA Center, welcome.
So believe it or not, we are
Southwest
already in the
3027,
descent.
cross school, out and maintain flight level 250.
Cross school at 250 for Southwest 30.
Netted 6090 on frequency.
Armaco 69 with you. Heading to Borsec. 390 at 160.
Mexico 69, call me back at Earth 6.
Call you back in North 6. Armaco 69.
American 2598, SoCal approach 128.05.
128.05, American 2598. Good night.
Good day.
They can front that 1705 with you, level 270 climbing.
Stepped on somebody, United 2070, maintain 280 knots or greater until advised.
280 or greater to advise, United States.
LA Center, Southwest 3121, checking in flight level 260.
Southwest 3121, LA Center, welcome.
LA Center, Speedbird 579er Heavy, flight level 3754390.
Seabird 579, LA Center, welcome. Right here.
LA Center, Lufthansa Fabian, Central level 400.
Delta 580, LA Center, welcome.
United 605 with you, descending on the Hollywood 1 on the Pablo Toledo.
United 609, LA Center, welcome. Descend via Hollywood on arrival, maintain 260 knots until advised.
Stand by the Hollywood 1, 260 advise United.
Frontier Flight 1705, LA Center, welcome. American 4811, Albuquerque's offline, frequency approved.
Frequency change approved. Thank you for the coverage, American 4811.
American 2463, radar contact lock. United 2070, resume public speed, SoCal 128.05.
Okay, so we've been handed off to Unicom for just a bit before we get handed to Phoenix Approach.
Southwest 3121, descend via Jackie to arrival. I'll pick.
So we're gonna get handed to Phoenix Approach, or we're gonna have to contact Phoenix Approach pretty soon here. But for the time being, we're gonna be flying using the chart. So looks like plane could go a little bit faster according to the chart. Okay, so we're gonna go down to, it's like Senra's 220. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the performance section here, put in some approach information. So, I believe the altimeter in Phoenix is 2974 hectopascals, and the temperature, or sorry, 2974 inches of mercury. What am I saying? This isn't Euro. Temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. That's no surprise for Arizona. And because that's 99 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind is, wow, okay, this is a little bit gusty for Phoenix where it's normally calm. So the wind is 250 at 6. All right. Shocking. Usually Phoenix, there's basically no wind. I don't know why, but at least in the flights I've done, there hasn't been wind in Phoenix, but there is today. Maybe if you live in Phoenix, you can tell me why. Maybe the weather's not good. I don't know. Okay, so for our go around, we're just gonna refer to this ILS chart. Okay, so it says to climb to 3,000, so we're gonna make that our engine out accelerator. And then for the okay, so for this one, yeah, let's just call it 2,200 because it needs to be 1,000 feet above the airport elevation. Let me double check that. Yep, okay. Alright. Delta 1011 said, I've had a good time in the 777, 717, and 737. Yeah, I need to try Boeing. I've been so addicted to Airbus that I haven't branched out, and it's time for me to broaden my horizons and try some new things and do Boeing. Never thought I'd say that, but I'm saying it. Maybe one of the reasons I've done so much Airbus is just the simplicity of it. You know, the cockpit is just so much easier to understand for me than Boeing, but at the same time, the Boeing planes look so amazing, especially the 777. I'd love to mess around with that and fly it. Let's see if I can go into drone mode here. Delta 1011 says Airbus is my favorite, but a Boeing flight here and there is fun to change it up. Yeah, see, you're a braver man than I. You've already ventured into the world of Boeing, and I haven't done it yet. So I need to take that step of faith and try it. All right, so we're reaching Senra on our approach. And if you don't know, we're on the Hydra 1 arrival for Phoenix. So if I read this chart right, I'm going to get down to about 15,000 feet as our next step. And that is what we will do. Okay, so we're gonna give this some speed brake. Because we need to kind of speed this up a little bit. And once we get to Hydra, we're gonna slow this down a little bit even more. I think we're gonna slow it down to 265 knots. And let me check the. Okay, so we're gonna switch to the altimeter for. We're going to switch away from standard because we're below 18,000 feet. It's one of the things I love about flying over the U.S. is you know that you need to switch to your standard altimeter at 18,000 feet and then switch back once you cross down below 18,000. If you're in Europe, the transition level changes all the time depending on what country you're in and what airport you're flying to. It's crazy. In the U.S. and Canada, it's straightforward. There is a specific limit, so I love that clarity. Why there's a bunch of different transition levels in Europe, I have no idea. So maybe somebody watching can explain it to me. It always keeps me guessing. I have to check the chart every time I fly in Europe. Also, it just seems like European transition levels tend to be lower, significantly lower than in America. Like sometimes the transition level is 5,000 feet or 6,000 feet. And I got my caution light because my speed brake, okay, or not speed brake, speed brake, what am I thinking? Okay, so we're going to Gila. I'm going to bring this down to about 11,000. And I'm going to slow the plane down just a bit. I'm going to have to give it some speed brake again. I have a feeling that Phoenix Approach is going to be hailing us in a matter of maybe seconds, but definitely in the next 5 minutes. I think Phoenix Approach is going to be contacting us. Wow, they got two different frequencies right now. 128.650. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. 128.650. Alright, I'm going to put that in standby because they're going to want to talk to us in just a second here. And we need to slow the plane down even more. Makes sense to me. We're getting really close, guys. We're within 40 miles of the airport. Delta 1011 says, someday I want to try the A340 out. Yeah, man, there's just so many planes. So many planes and not enough time. I'm right there with you. There's a lot of planes I want to try. Okay, so if I have... So are we going to Agla? Okay, oh, we are taking the Agla route. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of trying to remember which direction we're going to take here, because there's a couple different ways to do this approach into Phoenix, and I think I've done both of them. Okay, let's get rid of the speed brake. getting close. 37 miles. Great views out the window here. Love flying into Phoenix. Come on, Phoenix approach. You know you want to talk to us.
One arrival, pass or descending 16,500.
Southwest 3027 Phoenix approach below ident.
120.9 is tower. Let's go ahead and put them on the standby frequency. Oh boy.
Southwest 3027 radar contact 10 miles south, southeast of the Buckeye VORs and we Hydra 1 arrival. Runway, or expect a visual approach runway 25 left to Phoenix altimeter 2974.
Expecting runway 25 left and or 2974 southwest 30.
And intercepting for Southwest 949.
Southwest 949, Southwest 949, I apologize. Field, that's your 1 o'clock turning 12 o'clock, 13 miles, report in sight.
Field is sight, Southwest 949.
Southwest 949, clear visual approach, runway 25 left.
Clear visual approach, 25 left, Southwest 949.
American 4811, Phoenix approach on this frequency.
American 4811 is with you.
American 4811, Phoenix approach below ident.
Squawk ident, American 4811.
American 4811, red contact 18 miles southeast, or direction southwest of the Phoenix COR. You can expect a visual approach runway 26 to Phoenix altimeter 2974.
Expect a visual approach for runway 26, Phoenix altimeter 2974, American 4811. Alright, well that just changed our plans quite a bit. Arrival runway 26. Okay, at least there's an ILS for that.
Southwest 949, contact tower 12, 0.9er.
To 0.9 or with the
Hydra 1, ELH, yep. Okay. So we're going to change this to 26. And that is surprising, because that is not what was on the chart, but that's fine. It's totally okay, it happens all the time. Okay, so we're still basically on the right track, but we need to We need to get direct to Chavo. Direct Chavo. Come on, Chavo. You go, Chavos. Let's see. Where's Chavo? Am I blind? Lima. Okay, well, this is interesting. I'm gonna get down to 7,000 feet. Give it some speed brake. By some, I mean a lot, because we really need to get down quickly. Alright, I'm gonna have to set a heading here, because otherwise this thing is just gonna end up...
American 743, the field is at your 1 o'clock in 16 miles, support in sight.
We've got the field in sight for American 743.
American 743, roger after, or at Durable, clear visual approach for 026.
Alright, cleared visual approach 26 for American 743.
Okay. I believe we can go ahead and turn on our localizer because we're really close to the airport and we're below 10,000. Gonna move around some stuff on in my cockpit here so that way I can get to the joystick pretty easily. Gonna make sure that I got the right tower frequency on my standby, 120.9, yep. Okay.
American 4811, descend to maintain 4,000.
Descend to maintain 4,000, American 4811. Okay, so if I follow this guy right, this is gonna be a quick arrival here. So once again, speed brake, da 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 da. Speed brake. Flying over the beautiful city of Phoenix at the moment, and we're only about 6 miles from the airport. But we're kind of doing the out and back routine here for the approach, just to give us enough space. I'm going to make sure that performance-wise we are in approach mode. Yes, we are. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to manage speed, because we probably need to lose some speed at the moment. So when we land, we're going to vacate left, I believe, because that's kind of where 26 is. It's exciting. Exciting stuff, guys. About to land in just a second here.
American 48 to 11, turn left heading at 330, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn left heading 320, descend and maintain 3000, American 4811. Alright.
Southwest 3027, descend and maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4000, Southwest 3027.
And the controls are extra sensitive today.
$2,500.
Hey, the graphics have improved since the last time I flew to Phoenix. This is nice. I can see neighborhoods. The textures are better. There's a lot to like about the last update they did. Phoenix.
Approach American 628 with you, descending through 13,000.
American 628, Phoenix virtual ident.
I did American 628.
American 48 to 11 the field, that's your 10 o'clock, 12 miles, report and say.
Did you say report when field inside or report traffic?
Report when the field is in sight.
We have field inside, American 4811.
American 4811, roger, good visual approach runway 25 left, or correction runway 26.
Cleared visual approach runway 26, American 4811.
Southwest 3027, turn left heading 330.
Left heading 330, Southwest.
Alright, we're turning off autopilot.
American 628, radar contact 16 miles southeast, or southeast of the Buckeye VOR. You can expect the visual approach runway 26, the Phoenix altimeter 2976, correction 74.
We had set up for the 25 left visual based on the 8. Is it possible to get 25 left?
American 20, or 620, yeah, you can get 25 left, but American parks on the north side, so 26 is a shorter taxi, but if you want 25 left, you can take it.
Alright, 25 left for American 600.
Southwest 3027 the field is at your 10 o'clock, 14 miles, report and say.
Yeah, we have the airport in sight. Southwest 3027.
Southwest 3027, good visual approach runway 25 left.
Third visual approach runway 25 left, Southwest 3027.
American 4811, contact tower 120.9.
Contact tower on 120.9, thank you, American 4811. Okay, so we were waiting for that. Thankfully we got them on standby. Phoenix Tower, hello. This is American 4811 on approach for, or on the ILS for runway 26, 7 nautical miles out.
American 4811, Phoenix Tower, wind 250 at 6, gust 16, runway 26, clear to land.
Runway 26, clear to land, American 4811. My words kind of got jumbled up there just a little bit.
Good evening, Phoenix Tower, FedEx 183 Heavy, holding short of hotel in South Cargo. November on board, looking for taxi to the active.
FedEx 183 Heavy, Phoenix Tower, are you able to accept runway 25 left at Hotel 7? Intersection departure 6,680 feet remaining.
I'm pretty heavy today, if we can do 25 right.
FedEx 183 Heavy, roger, no problem, standby. UPS 247, contact departure 119.2, 119.2. Have a great flight, good night.
Departure 119.2. Have a good day. Thanks for the help.
FedEx 183, runway 25 right, taxi via Hotel 7, hold short, runway 25 left.
Alright, taxi Hotel 7, hold short, 25 right, Southwest, FedEx 183 Heavy.
Phoenix Tower, Southwest 3027, we're established on localizer for ILS 25 left.
Southwest 3027, Phoenix Tower, wind 250 at 6, gust 16, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, sorry. Runway 25 left, Southwest 3027.
And FedEx 183 Heavy, hold short, instruction is for runway 25 left.
Hold short, 25 left, FedEx 183 Heavy.
1000.
Thanks.
Alright, guys. Wish me luck. Ugh. Well. Yes, I know. It's a good thing I remember the landing gear.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Alright, guys, we made it. Alright, what'd you guys think of the landing in Be Brutal? I think we were at 200 feet per minute when the gear touched down, which is within the threshold. Not my favorite, but not terrible either. I want to say 240 feet per minute is the cutoff for what's considered smooth, so we were just under that, which is good. Phoenix Tower, American 4811 is clear of runway 26.
Roger, if you're able to make a left to join Charlie, eastbound on Charlie in safe parking.
I can make a left onto Charlie, eastbound on Charlie, and can I get gate Echo 8?
American 4811 affirmative. Yeah, once you're eastbound on Charlie, you can take that to the ramp. It'll be off your right-hand side.
Okay, once I'm on Charlie, I'm going to go eastbound, and then it'll be off to the right-hand side. Thank you so much for the coverage.
Yep, thanks for flying with us, and we'll see you next time.
Glad to be here, American 4811.
Runway 25 left.
Southwest 3027, open to Phoenix, taxi via Foxtrot, hold short, runway 25 right at Foxtrot Niner, and squawk mode Charlie if able. Break FedEx 183 heavy, wind 250 at 6, gust 16, runway 25 left, correction, I'm sorry, you want 25 right, cross runway 25 left at Hotel 7, taxi via Foxtrot for runway 25 right.
Cross 25 left at Hotel 7, and then taxi Foxtrot 25 right, FedEx 183 Heavy.
Alright guys, so we're going to taxi to gate Echo 8.
That's the sign that it's time for me to close up here shortly, probably.
After the update, Phoenix is looking really good. So we're gonna just taxi along Charlie here at Phoenix for a bit. I will say Phoenix looks much better after the update. It's looking real nice. The neighborhoods looked a lot more realistic, the scenery, the desert, the weather, everything. And I'm not getting paid to say that. But after the update, it's looking a lot better. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so Echo 8 should be over here by this terminal. Echo 8 is part of Terminal 3. If you are into airports and you're wondering what concourse I'm headed for, Echo 8 should be kind of just off to my left here.
Southwest 3027 cross, runway 25 right at Foxtrot 9er. Echo Delta 9er, Delta to parking. We'll see you. Have a good time.
Cross runway 25 right at Foxtrot 9er, Echo 9, Echo, and Delta to
Yeah, so I'm having to make a little bit of a hard left turn.
FedEx 183 Heavy, runway 25 right, line up and wait, traffic crossing downfield.
25 right, line up and wait, Southwest, or FedEx 183 Heavy.
Yeah, Delta 1011, the A321 is really fascinating. One thing I really love about Phoenix, and one of the reasons why I use Phoenix, is that they have multiple models, and so I believe there's a Phoenix A319, A320, and A321 that you can try if you want, which is really a lot of fun. The A319 is actually
FedEx
quite
183, wind 270 at 7, gust 18, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
25 right, clear for takeoff, FedEx 183 Heavy.
The A319 is really a challenge because it is lighter. You know, it's a lighter plane, and so when you land, you kind of have to like let go of this idea that the plane is super heavy, because if you're used to landing an A320 like I am, the A319 is a special challenge because it's just a lighter plane. The A321, a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, so that landing with that definitely carries its own challenges with it. I am going to park this thing, and I'm going to turn this off, and let's just go ahead and
Tower November 813 Juliet Pop.
go into the parking spot here. Welcome to Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen.
Aircraft calling Phoenix Tower, go ahead.
Hey, 813 Juliet Pop, I heard you mention you were getting off. Are you going to be on for another maybe 5 minutes?
I'm closing up very, very shortly, as soon as I get this last guy out of here. I've been on for a while, sorry about that.
Hey, no worries. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well. FedEx 183 Heavy, leave minor space to the west, no further ATC is available. Frequency change to advisory is approved. Have a great flight, soon.
Alright,
Head
we
over to
really want
advisory,
this
thanks for the
jetway to
service.
connect.
FedEx 183 Heavy.
Central Aircraft Phoenix Tower closing up here. Service terminated 0106 Zulu. Have a great night.
Okay, so tower's closing up, so we came in just in time, actually. That was cool. Okay, so we're stopped here. We're going to go ahead and reduce throttle to 0. Go ahead and start the APU here. Okay. Now, for any of you who are real pilots, you can correct me on this, but I want to say you have to have the beacon lights on as long as the engines are running. I'm curious if I'm wrong on that. Let me know if I am. But I think I read that at some point. But I have been told that if I can't leave on a lot of these lights when I'm pulling into a parking spot, or else you end up blinding the ground crew.
You need to stop the engines to request
You don't want that.
services.
Okay, so APU is gonna start up here. Yep, there it is. Look at that. They even put that in the graphics. How about that? Man, it's beautiful at Phoenix right now. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so we're going to turn on APU bleed. I believe that if I wait for a few seconds here, I can turn off these engines. So we're going to turn off both of our engines. And I'm going to turn beacon lights off. And now, for the main event, we'll deboard. We're going to deboard by American for American because this is America. Let's see if that jetway connected. Wow, that was took some gymnastics there, but I think it's going to do it. Come on, you can do it, jetway. Oh, it needs me to open the cargo doors. And I will do that. Alright, forward cargo and aft cargo. S cargo if you like snails. So, I'm gonna... Oh, that's not the right button. I'm gonna use the drone cam really quick to just kind of get a view here of Phoenix. This is really great scenery. I mean...
Passengers boarding started.
It's just gorgeous out here. The scenery's definitely improved, especially airport scenery has improved. Because I flew into this airport quite a few times before the update, and this, I can tell you right now, is an upgrade. So, glad to see that. Glad that all of that is as it should be. I mean, it's still a work in progress. It's going to take a while before the scenery is everything that it needs to be, but we're headed in the right direction here. Alright, so we're unloading the luggage there. You can kind of see people getting off the plane in here. If you guys have been enjoying the channel, please like and subscribe, and I would very much appreciate that. We're over 100 subscribers now, so we've definitely reached a milestone, so we're just going to keep going for it, and if you like the content, love to have you on the channel. We're just kind of getting deboarded at the moment. I love how because there can't be any like product placement, it just says A320 on the magazines because it's you know, and I'm sure that's not Coke. I'm sure that's like, you know, strawberry splash or something. Alright. But yeah, Delta 1011, the A321, you should go for it. You should absolutely go for it. And I will make a recommendation. Definitely try the Phoenix A321. I don't think it'll disappoint you. Phoenix has kind of become my new home for flight sim because there's the level of detail in the cabin, like especially if you want to have the setup where you can see the inside of the cabin and see the passengers and stuff. Phoenix is totally the way to go, and I'm not just saying that like to plug it as a company. I just got to say I've really enjoyed it, and I feel like there's no going back for me. I want to say that in the newest update you can see people actually walking through the jetway, which is kind of a neat feature. It's kind of hard to see them, but yeah, they're getting off the plane. What's funny is if you watch the trailer for Flight Sim, you can see people getting on or walking through a jetway, but I've had to download add-ons in order to make it happen. So I don't know if, you know, I don't know if I just missed the default way to do that, but I have to use add-ons and mods for that to work. A little bit of traffic here at the airport, but man, the stalls are mostly empty. It's probably because the tower just closed down for the night. Or I say night, the sun's still in the sky. The weather was gorgeous. I got a little bit more wind than what I'm used to at Phoenix, but thankfully it was blowing in the right direction, so no, you'll find no complaints from me. Always a lot of fun flying American Airlines. Unless they lose your luggage. Then you're standing at the carousel for 3 hours and then they tell you to go to this room and then you meet the guy and he's like, I don't know where your bags are, and then you gotta wait for another 3 hours. Not that that's ever happened to me. It says I haven't opened the aft cargo. I think I did. It says the brakes are hot. I guess the maintenance crew's gonna have to deal with that. Still got a few more passengers left to deboard, but overall this was a fun flight. I had, you know, it was great that we actually got some coverage once we were flying into the Phoenix area, and it gave me a chance to see what the scenery patches and updates look like in Arizona, which I love. So feels good to me. It feels like there's been some good changes in the way the graphics work in Flight Sim 2024. See if I can kind of get some more views of the surrounding area with the drone cam. The mountains around Phoenix definitely are looking good. Man, I didn't realize how many terminals they had here. It's quite a bit. Phoenix Airport has grown since the last time I was there. Do you want to deboard crew, it says. No. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and close out this flight, but thank you for watching. If you enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your Sunday. And if I don't see you, happy 4th.